Welcome to the FABLOW AgriLife podcast, where we promote better living for healthy Texans. Every episode will cover a health or wellness topic, as well as some lifestyle challenges that we face. All right, welcome back to the FABLOW AgriLife podcast. We are back, and with us today is June.
Hi.
Jessica.
Hey.
And Drew.
Hey, everyone.
And I'm Jocelyn, and we're going to be talking today about how to manage stress eating during this time. As you know, it's a pretty stressful time, and if you're like me, you're getting up every 5 seconds to see what you can munch on. And so we're going to go over some tips and go over ways that you can manage this, as well as discover why it's not healthy. But anyway, who wants to take it away?
Sure. So just like Jocelyn said, we're going to talk about, what are those foods that are commonly that we crave during a stressful time and its impact. And then we'll also end with some tips on reducing that urge to eat during those stressful times. So why does this happen? It occurs when we use food to cope with stressful situations. So fear, anger, or boredom, or even sadness and loneliness. I know that when I'm stressed, it doesn't matter what kind of stress it is. The foods I'm going to crave are something salty and crunchy or sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth. So what are y'all's stress foods that y'all eat on?
Definitely, I'm salty. My weakness is chips. Can never get enough of them, for sure. June, what's your weakness?
Sweets. Like anything sweet, chocolates especially. Drew?
I think I'm like Jessica. It depends on my mood if I'll go really salty or I'll go super sweet. And so I guess it just kind of depends on my mood or maybe what I have, because if I don't have chips, then I'll go for a cookie. But anything bad for me.
Right. Usually crave though it's really high in fat or really high in sugar.
Yeah. So what's the impact of all this stressful eating? So I don't know about y'all, but I feel real guilty after
For sure.
I eat like a bunch of chips, or my thing is ice cream if I'm gonna have something sweet. So you feel guilty about it, and that's not good. And it doesn't really comfort you very long either.
No. Well,
That's right.
Also, usually since it's high in sugar and high in fat, we'll gain weight. And that kind of also impacts our comfort, because when you don't feel comfortable in your clothes, it definitely has an impact.
Very true. And after I eat like that, it's the guilt, but then it's like, oh, I feel so bloated and gross, and just like, then you think back, was it worth it?
Yeah, I always feel really greasy because I like the salty, and then I always see it. So I break out like within a few hours. Like I'll see a big white head, which is probably TMI, but I'm like, why was it worth eating all those chips? But I will say a quick tip that was given to us as agents, because some of us are working from home at this time, and it was because of the stress eating. Don't wear stretchy pants, wear jeans to see if your pants fit, because we're all getting too comfortable. And during this time, we're all snacking, and like stretchy pants fit no matter how much you eat. And jeans don't. So
They're not
those
forgiving.
jeans as a gauge. You need to stop snacking as much.
That's so funny, because Sunday, like I was in pajama pants, stretchy pants, comfortable pants all weekend, and Sunday finally I put some jeans on, and I was like, and I actually fixed my hair, and I was like, oh my god, I just felt better.
I know, yeah. And if you're in like comfortable clothes versus even if it's a casual like dressing up, you feel more like you're prompted to be more productive, I feel, versus being in comfy clothes where it's like watching TV or, doing those types of activities.
Very much so.
I put on makeup for the first time on Sunday, and I felt so motivated to record videos because I was like, I have makeup. And then that moment stopped. But
So
it's a little thing.
this has nothing to do with us, but just to add this, I normally don't wear makeup to work. unless I'm going to have a meeting or have a program. But if I'm going to be in the office working, then I usually don't wear makeup. And so we've been in the office, with all this COVID going on, and my coworker, I put makeup on just because, and my coworker says, "You look awake." Thanks.
You shouldn't have.
Oh,
Yeah. No. My dad saw me on Sunday and he's like, "Where are you going? You can't go anywhere."
sometimes you just gotta dress up and make yourself feel good, and
Yeah,
it's the little things for our mental health too.
for sure.
True. So those are some of our little tidbits, but how can we cope with stressful situations without sabotaging our diet? So besides those little tips, does anyone have other suggestions?
I like to stay active because like if I'm really craving something, sometimes I'll just go outside and walk to the end of the driveway and back or something, go walk to the cul-de-sac just to get myself moving and realizing, and then that gives me time to think, did I really want that? We're about to eat supper or something like that. Just
Good tip.
Well, the craving kind of goes away though too, right? If you exercise, like even if it's like a craving for something sweet or salty, when you exercise, it just, for me, it goes away
Mm-hmm.
yes.
entirely.
Yes,
Sure.
it's like you want that carrot instead, because you're like, I don't know how many calories I burned, but I know it wasn't that chips, and so I don't want them back.
We have a handout, and we're probably all going to share on our Facebook page this awesome handout. It has a get in tune with your hunger gauge, and it's like 1. So at the 1, it's like, so you're hungry. I feel like I'm hungry, but are you going to faint kind of hungry? Because if that's the case, then eat something, right? The 4 is you're starting to feel hungry, so maybe you want something. 5, you're neutral. You're not hungry or full. 7, you're satisfied. And then 10, you're like, I ate so much that I feel sick, which usually happens during this stressful time. So gauge your hungriness. And then if you have eaten, like, do you feel full? Do you not feel full? That kind of thing. And that's going to help you minimize your eating when feeling stressed. And then, of course, do those different activities.
Right. And what I've found is it's really hard to stay busy around the house when I know I see all those organizational things I need to do. And instead, I just haven't really gotten motivated to do that. I'll go take a walk, but I won't clean off my desk or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying just to do that. But I know, like, working from home, you need to kind of stick with your regular meals and your snacks. It's kind of like what's going around is my kids need to go back to their school eating stomachs, and instead of, they're just eating us out of house and home right now because they're just bored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another tip is to remove foods from out of your sight. And that works not only for adults, but for kids. Because my niece's weakness is candy. And she's 3. And when I was visiting earlier this month, not this month, March, she was like, "Where's the candy?" And we're like, "It's gone." But we hid it really well. But she used to know our hiding spots. So she's like, "It's not gone." And we're like, "Oh." So hide it really well for your kiddos who are like really wanting something that's not super healthy. But I will say, even for me, like what I did when I was low carb, past tense, was remove all the carby items or all the snacks that are like my chips. I didn't have them in my house or at my office. So since they were out of sight, they were out of mind. So that can help you. But of course, during this time, use what you got.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're going and everybody's trying to avoid the fresh because they don't want to, okay, well, is it going to go bad? The other has a longer shelf life if I'm stuck at home, stuff like that. But remember that when you are grocery shopping is that we need to get some fresh in us too.
And there's other options. There's frozen vegetables that are, already cleaned, and you just got to heat them up practically or steam them. And, there you go. You have a fresh, side, or, even canned goods is also another good option.
Yes.
And then also even if you meal prep like snacks and stuff, they have those at HEB. I found like the meal prep containers, and you can prepare snacks in them, so that way when you are hungry you can go to your fridge and you'll more than likely grab that because it's already ready versus having to get something ready.
it's just as fast and easy as that cookie in the jar, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was you who brought up staying active, but it's also about staying busy. I think June was talking about she was organizing her house, and that really kept her going. Right, June?
Yeah, so, and I noticed also I wasn't trying to, but yeah, just keeping busy. I was organizing my closet, and sad to say, but we've been in our house for a year already, and I still have some boxes that need unpacking, and so that's what I focused today. And I sent Jocelyn some pictures because I was so proud of all the work that I did. But it did help. It kept me busy, and I only ate when I was hungry, because it's like, oh, you know what? I'm hungry, and it has been, I haven't eaten since lunch, and it's already 6 p.m., so let me go get something to eat. And yeah, so I felt good. I didn't really stress eat, and then at the end I had accomplished a lot at the end of the weekend, so really good. And it's motivating because I'm getting home now, and I still want to finish my little projects that I have going.
Yep. So stay busy, whether it's organizing your closet or a room in your house. I cleaned the first 2 days during our stay at home. I organized my kitchen. I organized my cupboards, and they're so pretty. I'm so proud of myself. And I always every time I come into the kitchen, I'm like, don't mess with it.
Oh.
But that helps. And then, of course, you can always do some crafts, DIYs. You can do a family game night. There's a lot of different ideas you can do. Oh, of course, the classic reading a book instead of Netflix, right? Get those old books out. But what I found interesting, and I'm going to try it one of these days, it was a challenge to keep you and your kids busy. Instead of just reading a book regular style, waltz it while you're reading. So then you're getting a workout for your body as well as your mind. What? But it was a challenge. We did a wall sit challenge, I think last month, and the max I was able to hold it was for 2 minutes. If anyone can beat me, you comment below. There you go.
So you can, even if you want to learn while you're exercising, you can even do Audible or podcast, and so you're moving and you're learning at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. And I think on Instagram, there's been a lot of live, or even Facebook, a lot of live workouts that a lot of trainers are doing. So if you ever want to work out, you can still do it. Go find one of those trainers, or I even think the health magazines are posting live workouts for you too. So if you go follow them, you can go work out with them.
I think another good tip is also make sure you're getting plenty of rest during this time, and make sure you get that full night's rest. Not getting your full night's sleep, that also affects how you eat the next day and how your mood is, and just kind of affects a lot of different things. So make sure you're getting that good 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that one's a hard one for me because I'm a night owl.
Yeah. Me too.
But
I do not like getting up in the morning.
A nightly routine, Jen?
Yes. So I don't even know when did we talk about this? Was it last year?
I think so.
We set up our routines. I've stuck to it, and it's been so helpful because I do stay up late, and then I have to get up early. So in the morning, it doesn't take too much time to get my stuff together. It's basically, washing up and then walking out the door, getting dressed and walking out the door. So yeah, that's been really helpful, that routine.
So make a routine. That helps too.
Mm-hmm.
And then some last tips is, of course, another way to keep busy, especially during this time, is social distancing, staying connected online, whether it's through social media, text, call your grandma if you haven't. I did that. And, just talk to somebody via internet. And I mean, with today's technology, I know you can talk to everybody. So don't feel lonely. Talk to someone.
Yeah, and that's what everybody's just trying to do right now. It's about the physical distancing, not the social. The social, it's more connecting. And that's what we need to do and I've gotten some few texts from friends that I haven't seen in a while, and it's been nice. It's like, oh, yes, we are here. It just kind of puts your life in perspective and what's really important.
And then last but not least, we have the last tip is to practice mindfulness. And June just finished recording a cool video. It's on our YouTube channel on FABLOW AgriLife. And it's going to walk you through breathing into mindfulness. It's a quick 2-minute activity that you can do really quick, or you can also extend it as long as you want. But it helps you relax and be mindful. And Jean, maybe you want to talk more about it.
Yeah, it was from a curriculum from 4-H, and I really liked it because you can do it anywhere, and it really helps just center you. And I think when you finish with it, you'll feel more relaxed, and again, you can use it anywhere. So hope y'all enjoy that.
Alrighty. Any last helpful insight or tips or quotes? I don't know. To wrap it up.
Well, we have a quote here. What is from Lugina? I'm just going to butcher the name. Sugaro. It says, "We discover our greatness when we find ourselves in a situation bigger than we are, and we manage to grow and become bigger than the situation." So that's very fitting for what we're experiencing now, I feel.
Yes.
I like it. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more episodes. Everyone say bye.
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 Stay safe.
Be mindful.
Just breathe.
Stay sweet.
And stay fab.
You've been fablowed.